Well, investing in an off-plan property can bring heaps of advantages, but what is the actual process of buying an off-plan property here in Dubai? Hello, I am Jahan Anis, Dubai-based British Chartered Accountant, helping global investors investing in off-plan residential property here in Dubai. What is off-plan property? An off-plan property refers to a property that is purchased directly from a developer while it's under construction. The property may be in early stages of development, or the development has not even been started. Consequently, there is no physical asset to look and feel. The buyers have to rely on information from the developer, the layouts, floor plan, renders, and other information about the development to make a decision. So what's the actual process of buying an off-plan property? Finalizing your budget and understanding your finances. That is probably the most important thing. Before you speak to any broker, it is absolutely critical to have a clear understanding of your finances. If this is an investment property, the decision should be driven by maximization of returns. Typically, a developer would want 20% as down payment with 4% DLD payment and around 3,000 to 5,000 dirhams in admin and Oqood registration. Typically, developers would want you to put down 20% deposit, 4% DLD payment, and between 3,000 to 5,000 to register your Oqood and the admin from the time of reservation and probably in the next 60 days, 30 to 60 days. Choosing a right real estate broker, a regulated real estate broker. I would argue this is the most important step in your investment journey. You need a broker who understands you, your goals, your aspirations, your requirements, and then match the right property according to your needs. Your broker should give you information about Dubai generally, prime areas, prime developers, layouts, brochures, which development you should based on your requirement, or which developers to avoid, again based around what you are looking for. The important point to remember is your broker is being paid by the developer, so his or her services, expertise, advice is essentially free for you. However, at the same time, you need to understand that since the developer is paying the broker, most brokers, or some brokers I would say, are incentivized by selling the project that is paying the highest amount of commission. So you need to make sure that the project actually fits in with your goals rather than driven by the commission the agent is going to make selling that project. A good broker should cherry pick investment options for you based on his understanding of your requirements, help you choose a prime unit, and keep you updated during the course of construction. Choosing a project. Your real estate broker should at least present you 3 options to choose from. You can then evaluate each project based on the developer and its track record, the location of the project, the sizes, the prices, and the payment plan. A lot of developers nowadays have show units that you can view to check the quality, to check the sizes, to see the material they're using, or you can have an option to have a virtual tours. The next step is to reserve a unit. Typically, there are 2 ways to reserve a unit. The most straightforward way is to go look at the inventory, choose your preferred unit, pay the reservation fee, and you reserve the unit. The second option, which is quite popular nowadays, is called expression of interest, EOI, where developers actually gather expression of interest from potential buyers or interested buyers before they actually launch the project. You have to fill in expression of interest form and provide a down payment or a deposit between 10,000 to 100,000 based on the developer and based on the size of the unit. This expression of interest payment is fully refundable should you wish to walk away for any reason. But what it gives you is a priority in the queue to choose the unit from the development. Even though the expression of interest amount is fully refundable, bear in mind it can take up to 2 to 6 weeks before you actually get your cash back. It's also important to know that all of your deposits and future installments needs to be put into an escrow account, which is a dedicated account for that project, supervised by the Dubai Land Department, which is DLD, and RERA, the Real Estate Regulatory Authority in Dubai. That ensures that your deposit and the installments you're paying to the developer during the course of construction is protected and secure. Signing an SPA, which is Sales and Purchase Agreement, is a critical step in purchasing an off-plan property in the UAE. Wherever you are in the world, the developer will send you this document to review and sign. The document is a legally binding agreement, and it includes details such as unit number, floor number, name of the development, location, size, payment plan. So it's a pretty important document to go through and understand before you sign. You would need to provide a copy of your passport, Emirates ID if you are based in the UAE. There's no need for Emirates ID if you are based overseas. Anyone from anywhere in the world can actually buy a property in Dubai. You need to provide your home address. You need to provide your contact details such as mobile number or the email address. At the point of signing an SPA, you typically need to pay 20% down payment. In addition, you also need to pay 4% DLD, which is the government tax that needs to go to the government, and Oqood registration. Oqood registration fee is typically 1,000 dirhams, but developers charge anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 to process that for you. That includes their admin fee as well. Oqood is a very important document because that is basically the title deed of off-plan properties. So that registers your interest in the property, you as an owner of the property, with the government, keeping up with the payment plan. Based on whatever payment plan you have chosen, you need to continue to pay those as and when it becomes due. Typically, you pay 20% at reservation as a down payment. A pre-agreed amount is payable after every 3 or 6 months or 9 months during the course of construction, and the remaining amount is payable at the handover if you do not have a post-handover payment plan agreed. Inspection and handover. Once the property is complete, the developer serves a completion notice to all the buyers, and then they invite you at a pre-agreed date to come and inspect the property. I would recommend hiring a professional company that goes with you along with your broker to actually inspect the property to ensure that everything is in order before you actually complete the handover.